Until when are we going to be running up and down, running around for solutions? When we have the solution is just to unite and come up with a revolution as Zimbabweans. A revolution is not a male-dominated industry or field. No, it is a collective effort of all of us as citizens of Zimbabwe to say enough is enough. We cannot be losing our dignity all over the world like this. I mean, being a Zimbabwean is already becoming a social case in the diaspora community. We do not want this to happen to the next generation.
Now, in today's video, I want us to talk about the power of constructive criticism. You know, there's this whole issue of the nurse. I'm pretty sure you've seen it because it's trending all over Mzansi right now. Everyone is speaking about it. There's this nurse who refused to help a Zimbabwean patient because she's a foreigner and because she was making demands. Even though she's not documented, she wanted to jump the line where there are South Africans who are in the line, but just because she had an urgent matter, she expected the nurse to just jump. So this whole issue has sparked differing debates. Other people are coming out and saying, we appreciate what the nurse did. We appreciate her patriotic energy because if she helped that woman, more illegal foreigners were going to flock to our hospital and start making demands and start saying they have urgent matters just so they can jump the lines and things like that, even though they don't have papers. So the nurse shouldn't treat a foreigner who is undocumented as a priority above South Africans. That is not something that we need to do. So other people came out in defense of the nurse, and then there's some people who came out and say, you know what the nurse did is total barbaric behavior because we are all humans. You know the excuse that they always use, would know we are humans, we should be all treated the same, we are all Africans and things like that. So you can't deny another human being services at the hospital when she's in an emergency and things like that. So other people came out and then bashing the nurse, saying what the nurse has done is not a human behavior and she should lose her job. Now, that's not what actually I want to talk about today. I am just giving you context with regards to what I want to tell you right now. You see, this whole thing of the nurse that is happening, it touched a lot of Zimbabweans' hearts. Let me say that, if we are being honest. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening here in South Africa when it comes to foreigners. These Zimbabweans, they are doing a lot of things. We are doing a lot of things with them. We're deporting them and things like that. But I don't think there's a situation that has touched their heart recently like this one of that woman being refused help at the hospital. This one has touched their heart. It has really touched their heart, and it has made them realize that this thing of them coming to South Africa and then depending on South African hospitals, South African services and things like that, it is not something that is actually sustainable, because actually South Africans won't change their stance. We are not going to tolerate illegal foreigners in South Africa. So this whole time, maybe I think they didn't realize how serious South Africans are with this issue of foreigners in this country. But this situation of the nurse, I've seen a lot of Zimbabweans, it has touched their hearts. If you can check on other social media platforms, even here on YouTube, if you can follow that story and check the comments, check the Zimbabweans, you can see with most of them, it has touched them. It has touched them to a point whereby they are now doing deep introspection without trying to blame South Africa. You know what I mean? Without trying to act as if their problems are our problems, as if us chasing them away because they are illegal means we are the enemy, means we hate them. They are starting to realize that actually South Africans all this time, the criticism that they've been directing towards us as Zimbabweans is actually constructive criticism, because what we are doing as the citizens of Zimbabwe, running away from our problems, is actually causing more harm than good, because it is allowing the people who are oppressing us in Zimbabwe to continue their behavior because they can see what we are scared. So this situation has touched their hearts, and most of them are doing deep introspection. Most of them have started making videos that have been preaching what they need. Instead of making videos swearing at us, swearing at South Africa, they should make videos being patriotic, calling their brothers and sisters, saying, let's fight for Zimbabwe, let's go back to Zimbabwe. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying all this time. And I am happy because everything that I've been saying is unfolding slowly, because it's not something that can happen overnight, obviously, but slowly, if you can pay attention, it is slowly unfolding. Many of them, even though there are still these ones who are still delusional and ignorant, thinking that us as South Africans, we are the enemy, we are their problem. Even though there are still some of those, but there are some who are starting to do deep introspection. And this issue of the nurse has sparked this thing, has sparked that feeling, you know what, we can't be in South Africa just acting obsessed there, even though we can see these people don't want illegal foreigners in their country. Instead of us just causing problems there, let us just start calling our brothers and sisters back so that they can come back and fight for Zimbabwe. You see the power of constructive criticism. Most of them are starting to see, you know what, South Africans haven't been just criticizing us for the fun of it. They've been constructively criticizing us, because actually what we are doing more harm than good. It's better if we start fighting for ourselves. Let me play you this clip right now to prove what I'm saying, if you don't believe me. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about what I just said and this video I am about to play for you right now. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.
Yes, yeah, Comrades Power. After watching this, I took cognizance and a very, very important lesson, that we need to fight for our own. We need to fix our own. Comrades Power. As we all know, immigration is already becoming, it's already socially tense. There's already a fracas when it comes to immigration all over the world. Until when are we going to be running up and down, running around for solutions, when we have the solution? The solution is just to unite and come up with a revolution as Zimbabweans. A revolution is not a male-dominated industry or field. No, it is a collective effort of all of us as citizens of Zimbabwe to say enough is enough. We cannot be losing our dignity all over the world like this. I mean, being a Zimbabwean is already becoming a social case in the diaspora community. We do not want this to happen to the next generation. It is a generational mandate and responsibility right now for us to unite and focus on this revolution. I mean, I'm not going to comment on the ethical or professional part of this, but mind you, the nurse involved, she also has a sense of patriotism on her side. So I don't want to touch that, but I want to talk of what I learned out of it and the importance of signals like this, because it's not only going to get sweeter, it's going to be bitter even more. Female, male, as long as you are a Zimbabwean, you have a social, political responsibility to stand up and defend and make sure that we speak against corruption, we speak against misgovernance, and that we unite and bring change. The change that we need can only come through a revolution. The former Minister of Health in Zimbabwe went away with $60 million, unaccounted for, unquestioned. $60 million can run 120 public hospitals for 6 months, uninterrupted. But one man went away with it and we remained quiet. The question I have, the heaviness in my heart is, until when are we going to remain quiet? Until when are we not going to unite and stand up? Shout out to the Matabeleland sisters and brothers. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you are communicating back, and we are trying to build to unify ourselves and have a structure for this revolution. It cannot be done by one man. It is a collective effort of every citizen. We are doing this for the generations to come. We are doing this for our children. And we are doing it for ourselves. So let us not lose dignity in ways like this. Let us, and at the end of the day, you cannot demand 5-star treatment outside of your home. You cannot demand 5-star treatment when you are an immigration crisis to people. So I really think we should focus on uniting. Shout out to Matabeleland. They are responding very well to the revolutionary call. So wherever you are, think very well. See you in the next chapter.